Okay, let's talk about kids who speak rudely to their parents or their mother. This comes up time and time again. It's a really common problem. So I just want you to know, one, you are not alone. I'm Albiona Rakipi. I'm a parenting coach and I help parents reframe their daily challenges so you can connect with more joy and ease in that parenting process. I've worked with kids for over 20 years. I'm also a parent myself. So back talk, rude talk, this is really incredibly triggering. I want to highlight that first and foremost. If you are like me and you were raised in a home where there was a lot of demand around speaking respectfully, being respectful toward parents and elders and things of that sort. Rude talking, back talking was so not allowed. So I think what happens is that when our kids come back at us with something really rude or feisty or snappy, we get triggered very quickly. I made a video about whining and it's kind of the same thing. It takes us from 0 to 60 because we're not creating any awareness around that trigger for ourselves. So we're just biting back. So our kids talk to us rudely and it sounds something like this. Don't talk to me that way. If you talk to me like that one more time, and we start lashing out punishments and we start giving a lot of different things, right? We bite back so fast and what ends up happening is our energy matches their energy and now nobody's really anchored or grounded anymore. And if you have a child who is strong-willed, the minute you bite back, they bite back harder, right? They're going to keep going. So we want to sort of resist that pattern of response. I teach a 4-step process that I call PAR, pause, acknowledge, respond, reflect. I did a 60-minute video on this. It's free. If you go into my profile, you can download the recording. I walk you through the steps of how to use PAR so that you're not a reactive parent. Well, let's jump back to back talking. So what do you do? First of all, recognize if it's something that triggers you based on the way you were parented. Do you view yourself as not a great parent if you have a child who is talking to you this way? I mean, how could it be that you have a child who's rude? That must mean you're not doing a good job. Dismiss all of that. That's all chatter in your head that isn't going to lend itself to what your child needs. Number 2, I believe it's really important to teach kids boundaries around how we are spoken to, and we have to model that. So what I would say if it was my child is I would say, I can tell by the way that you're speaking to me that you are unhappy, that there is something that doesn't feel right inside of you, and I get that. However, I will not let you speak to me that way. So either we take a pause until you can remember how to talk to me, or we wait, but I will not talk to you when you're talking to me like this, and it also won't change the outcome. I think you have to be really, really crystal clear with your kids that you will not be spoken to that way. But the only way that that carries value is if you don't bite back and yell at them. Otherwise, you're both doing the same thing. You have to stay grounded and rooted in what you're trying to express to them. So just remember that. And then number 3, just recognize these are phases, but it is really important to kind of catch it while it's happening and to not really take the bait and get in that back and forth exchange. You don't want to really give severe punishments or consequences here. Just stop it right when it happens and don't engage. For more information, grab free resources.